The following contest is a Money in the Bank ladder match. On the way to the ring, from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 275 pounds, Bobby Lashley. And the opponent, from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 256 pounds, King Booker. And the opponent, from Cameron, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds, Jeff Hardy. And the opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds, CM Punk. And the opponent, weighing 326 pounds, Kane. And the opponent, from San Diego, California, weighing 165 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
Do it for my people, yeah, you gotta love it. Mexican across the stomach, so think nothing of it, but love it. Lucha, de la calle a la lucha, siempre represento con mi chocho cachucha. 6 máximo, that's my quota. San Diego, Puerto Rico, Sinaloa. Puyaca, Puyaca, 619, hey, Puyaca, Puyaca, that's my pueblo. Puyaca, Puyaca, 619, hey, Puyaca, Puyaca. Rey Mysterio, what you gonna do when we come for you? Cuidado con los celos.
A big bienvenue to our fans around the world from Montreal, Quebec. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
And folks, let me assure you that tonight's show is a lot better than JR's French. Sheesh.
Well, there's no question of that, King. These Montreal fans are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for? Look at this! Look at this! You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here! He's climbing up! I'm not so sure this is a good idea! Oh boy, adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick.
Very few...
Oh no, this is terrible. You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum.
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way. And I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear. Boy, Booker T will tell you how great he is until your dadgum ears fall off. Quite frankly, I'd rather see him put up or shut up.
What are you talking about, JR? He's a world heavyweight champion and a 5-time WCW champion.
Not to take anything away from Booker's accomplishments, but I've seen superstars with twice a... He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end. Oh, man, I think we're about to see a high-risk move here. Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity.
Oh, boy, these top rope moves can go either way. Oh, shit. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat, I think someone's going for a high-risk move, JR.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? Uh-oh. Come on, you gotta stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out.
He's checking under the ring for weapons, JR. I wonder what he's gonna find.
It's great to hear the fans.
He's climbing the turnbuckle. What's he up to? He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. And then it's too late.
And it's been reversed.
CM Punk might be young, inexperienced, and wet behind the ears, but he's also got a lot to learn.
If I didn't know any better, I think you were a little envious of Punk's youth.
That's ridiculous. Just because I'm old enough to be his older brother doesn't mean I'm jealous.
What a vicious chair shot!
That chair was never meant to be used like that, JR. Talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might...
He's got some evil intentions here.
Oh, man. 10 feet in the air and all the way down again. Here he goes. Up the turnbuckle. This could be really good or really bad.
His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's going to have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR.
He's not going to get caught with that one.
I don't think these climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you could come down that hurt. Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge.
Any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever...
I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could be a mistake. This has got to be it. That briefcase is coming down for sure. He countered that one perfectly.
Excellent counter. What ring presence.
He reversed it.
The briefcase is within reach. This match is within seconds of being over.
These superstars are beating the...
That's a short climb, but a potentially long fall. Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing.
Lashley's got all the size and strength anyone could ask for. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him the win here tonight.
That's your opinion, King. But if Lashley's career thus far has been any indication, I'd say he's got an excellent chance of victory in this match. King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone's mind that the superstars of the WWE are the greatest athletes in the world.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my word.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
No way. I can already tell this is going to be a great match. The ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell.
I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again.
These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
You sure aren't, and that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the ring whenever possible.
Looks like someone's heading for the high-rent district. So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King.
I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled once and for all.
Aerial offense is amazing, but if you can keep him grounded, you're halfway to beating him.
That might be true, but as many of his opponents have proven, that's easier said than done.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no...
Only one of them's gonna stay on that ladder, JR. Who's it gonna be? Whoever loses...
Oh, my! Looks like someone's been busted wide open. This can't be good.
You're right. It's not good. It's great. They're not holding anything back.
We knew these superstars weren't going to be easy on each other, but this is too much.
I can't believe he countered that one. Oh boy, this looks like an all or nothing move. CM Punk thinks he's so hot. I'll bet I can teach him a thing or two.
What? Like how you cheat at shuffleboard?
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later. Oh my God! That poor object is certainly being put to good use.
It sure is. I wonder if the manufacturer ever thought it would be used like that.
He's reaching for the coveted briefcase. Can he do it? These superstars... Oh, no! It looks like he's donned the proverbial Crimson Man.
There's so much blood, the Red Cross ought to be sponsoring this one, JR.
I don't know if he's even going to be able to finish this match with a gusher like that.
They're really going after each other, JR.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that. That went nowhere. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You got to keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I want to know.
Whoever loses this fight is going to take a heck of a fall, JR.
I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King. Boy, what an incredible competitor Rey Mysterio is. I'd have to say that pound for pound, he might be the most exciting superstar on the SmackDown roster.
That's an easy claim to make, JR. Mysterio only weighs about 90 pounds soaking wet with a brick in each pocket.
Will you stop it? He's 165 pounds and 5'6". He might be on the smaller end of the spectrum, but that doesn't diminish his ability.
If you say so, JR, I still think Mysterio should hit the yellow brick road and get himself back to Munchkin Land.
Back and forth, these two are going to trade blows until someone falls. I'll tell you what, King, the WWE superstars are about the greatest athletes you'll find in any sport, period.
What do you mean, just about, JR? Can you actually think of anywhere else that you can see athletes of this caliber?
I was just going for a little humility there, King. I'm not surprised it was lost on you. He's a slippery devil.
I tell you, JR, this one has the potential to be a match of the year candidate.
No doubt about it, King. As far as I'm concerned, any WWE match has that potential. Everyone on the roster is an accomplished wrestler. What a reversal.
He's going up. But what's he going to do when he gets there? Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
Oh no, last shot busted him open, and the blood is flowing freely.
This is great, JR. Where else besides the WWE can you see this kind of ruthless aggression?
I can't think of anywhere else, King, but I'm afraid I don't share your enthusiasm for this kind of brutality.
I know that Lashley's a big, strong guy, but there's a lot of big, strong guys out there. What makes him so special?
How about the fact that he's a 3-time National Wrestling Champion, or the fact that he's a 4-time Wrestling All-American, or...
Okay, so he's got some amateur wrestling credentials. Big deal. This isn't the minor leagues, JR. This is the WWE.
For over a decade, WWE fans have been thrilled by the daredevil antics of Jeff Hardy.
And you'd think that after all this time, Jeff might think about slowing down a little.
That seems highly unlikely to me. Jeff isn't one to let his fans down by giving less than 100%.
Yeah, but if he keeps giving 100%, that's not going to leave him with much.
He's going up. This could backfire. This CM Punk might be young.
These two are fighting for their lives on that ladder.
You've got to ask yourself, how much punishment will these superstars be able to withstand tonight?
I don't know, JR, but I think they're pretty intent on finding out.
They certainly are. I don't know how it's going to end, but I can guarantee you they're going to leave it all in the ring.
How can these fans be this excited about Rey Mysterio, JR? He's so tiny that half of them probably can't even see him in the ring.
Well, King, there's an old saying, size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it that counts. And I'm sure you've heard that one before.
What? What are you saying, JR? Don't try to change the subject just because you know I'm right.
He's sizing up his opponent. This could be it.
Here it is, JR! His patented scissors kick!
This Lashley is so young and so impressive. I can only imagine the career he's got ahead of him.
Well, you know what they say, JR? The candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
I don't think he's climbing up there for the view.
These superstars are gonna tear each other apart.
That's exactly what the fans paid to see, King, and they're not going to go home disappointed. I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue before tonight's show, but I don't think that's it, King.
Oh boy, these fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
He's going up, JR. This could be big.
What a shot! You can't take too many of those and expect to stay in this.
I don't even want to think about what that feels like, JR. Remind me to never try and step between these guys, JR.
That would be hazardous to your health for sure, King. If you root around under the ring long enough, you're bound to find a weapon of some sort or another.
Oh, man! Did you hear that chair shot, JR?
I'd be surprised if there was a single person in this arena who didn't, King.
I think he's looking for a weapon, JR. That's a smart move. I talked to these superstars.
Come on! Somebody's got to take that away from him.
Hey, if the referee doesn't stop it, it's all legal. What a counter!
WWE's traveling just about every... These top rope moves are always difference makers, for better or worse.
This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
You've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that.
Remember, kids, whatever you do, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. Even these trained professionals wind up pretty badly banged up after a match. What's he got planned here?
Yes! The unprettier!
We're seeing another phenomenal performance here by the straight-edge extremist CM Punk.
So hold on. What does straight edge mean exactly?
It means that Punk has decided to enjoy life without the use of drugs or alcohol, King.
It's going to be a long way down for one of these two superstars. You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to by the end of this match.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you.
This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over. Oh my, he's bleeding! That's an unfortunate side effect of this very physical competition.
An unfortunate side effect? JR, this is what it's all about. Beating your opponent to a pulp.
I'd like to think there's a little bit more to it than that, King. These are professional athletes, not street thugs.
It's a long way down for whoever loses this fight, JR.
What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say. And there's a little something for the crowd. the best superstars never ignore their fans.
The best superstars also finish off their opponents instead of giving them time to recover.
Look at the intensity of these two superstars trying to stay on the ladder. Good grief! I don't care how tough you are. Oh no! That last shot busted him wide open.
It sure did, JR. And if I can borrow one of your lines, business is picking up.
This isn't business, King. That's a human being in there, and he's in bad shape now.
I feel so lucky that I'm actually getting to see these superstars wrestle each other.
Me too, King. This one has the potential.
They know there's not enough room for both of them up there. Oh boy, you might want to close your eyes, JR. This one could get ugly.
You're damn right it could. It could get bowling shoe ugly. And that's what this business is all about. It's not ballet, you know. Lashley is an absolute monster. We've seen him decimate just about every opponent he's ever stepped into the ring against.
Yeah, but it's only a matter of time before
both superstars are beating the hell out of each other on that ladder.
Watch out! He reversed it! There's going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done.
There may not be, King. They may well annihilate each other here tonight.
Wow! Listen to these fans, JR!
This has turned into a real slobber knocker. 15 feet in the air.
Jeff Hardy's a great singles competitor, but tag team action is where he really shines.
Not to take away from the Hardys' multiple tag team title reigns, but Jeff has also, this one is over if he grabs that briefcase.
These superstars are at the top of their game, JR. They make it look so easy.
They sure do. You almost forget about the years of training and sacrifice that went into their careers. You know, King, CM Punk certainly has his fair share of fans, particularly of the female persuasion.
He's not the only one. He just laughed. I don't believe it. He just stole his opponent's finishing move. I think I see where this one's going, JR. I don't think we're very far from the end of the match.
I disagree entirely, King. I bet my old mama sooner asked that this one isn't even close to being over.
That's a pretty big bet, JR. Are you sure you're able to cover it? I wonder how far these superstars...
This could be it. He could win this Money in the Bank match right here. This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports, and both superstars are fighting to stay on the ladder.
I thought
You're putting a lot on the line when you climb that turnbuckle. There's no room for error when you're on the top rope. I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the...
Neither can afford to lose this fight and fall to the mat. I'm not so sure this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's become more personal than that.
Of course it's personal, JR. Anytime you get into the ring with someone who's beating the heck out of each other, JR, someone's gonna take it off. What are they gonna do next?
I couldn't even begin to guess, King. That's why they say anything can happen here in the WWE. What a battle! Neither superstar can afford to be knocked off the ladder.
So come on, JR. Just between you and me. Who are you Oh man, that briefcase is so close! This could be it! Look at these superstars, JR. They absolutely refuse to be intimidated by each other.
There's a determined look in the eyes of these competitors. No one's giving an inch.
Can you believe we're actually watching these superstars go at it, JR? I think he's about to drop a bomb.
A swanton bomb, that is. And he may have detonated his opponent's hopes for victory with that.
No matter who wins this one, everyone's gonna feel the effects of this match tomorrow.
No doubt about it, King. But if you win, you don't have to deal with her pride on top of it.
Look at this! Just a little further!
Here's your winner, Jeff.